Alright everyone, welcome to the stream. Sorry for the delay, we were waiting on just a single player. Player seems to have showed up now, so hopefully the game's gonna go ahead. We were looking at a potential 2v3 situation, so hopefully it won't be that way, and it looks like we are going into the game now, so let's go. I say that and then both players leave the team, but there we go. Alright, and we have all players on the field. It's great to see Hybrid with a full team after we thought that they potentially wouldn't. So that's great to see. And JJ with a nice touch up to the wall. And he should be pretty warmed up. I heard that he was doing some kind of tournament in another, I don't know, server or I don't know exactly. Actually, wasn't given too much information, but he's been playing. I saw him. He definitely was on Rocket League. Unfortunate as well with that really nice kind of little air dribble there. I will apologise as well, guys, for not having changed the ball, the team colours. That's unfortunately how I have it set up personally. It's horrific looking, I know. Sorry about that one, guys. And Hybrid really are going to be wanting to take this game as well. Believe they're actually 4th on the leaderboard right now. This game could put them above Assassin Squad if Assassin Squad lose their next game. And all incredibly skilled players as well. All of them having a little bit of banter before the game as well, whilst we were waiting for our player to show off a Hybrid. JJ hoping to make a play here, but Akmo takes it off him. Akmo says that's my ball. Easily cut out by Iris's defense, so unfortunately. I think this game's going to be quite close, if I'm honest. Like I said, both of them have some incredibly skilled players, incredibly high-ranked players as well, I should say. Not too often that we get to see Hybrid on stream either, as Akmo and Taze Bubba both head essentially are streaming. So when they're playing, it's not too often that we get to see them play. But I hopped in last second today. I'm Sky High going with a nice little pass there, but JJ was right on it. Straight to Unix, so unfortunately. I have to admit, I haven't really seen JJ on the ground. He's obviously very, very good at aerials, very good in the air, because I literally have not seen him on the ground so far. Every time it pans to him, he's in the air, he's going for a challenge. Same with Unix as well, you know. He's got some great aerial control. The way that he air rolls in the air, the little spins, he's got a lot of control over that. It's not just for show, he knows what he's doing. Nice little play there as well from Hybrid. Unfortunate for it to be over the bar, and Akmo doesn't get exactly the touch that he wanted for it to go in the back of the net. But very close, very nice play. You could tell that Akmo and Taze both play together quite a bit. You could tell that from their passing plays. Oh, and that was kind of unfortunate. Goal there from Iris, first goal of the game. I guess you could kind of count that as an own goal. Maybe a little bit of a touch of Akmo just to hit the player into the ball to go into the net. I don't know if that's an own goal exactly, but it's exactly not what they would have wanted. And what a pass there from JJ. That was perfectly planned out. Akmo with the shot to get it in the back of the net, but All started there with JJ's little tap to the wall. Straight to Agmo. Sky High just couldn't get there in time, unfortunately. Now we're 1-1. Both teams going for kickoff. It's gone in Hybrid's favor, I'd say this way. Lovely little play off the wall from JJ there. I think he was hoping for a bit of a reset, but don't think he got it in the end. But Hybrid aren't giving up at all. A nice demo there as well from JJ. Kind of left him with a bit of an open net in a way. A lot of that net was empty, but they didn't quite get it on target. JJ trying to go for a reset as he ran out of boost. He was trying to do anything with the ball there, I think, really. But they're still on the ball. They're still on the attack. Akina trying to clear it, but it does go straight to JJ, whose aerial control is insane. That is it's definitely going to go in their half. A lovely pass as well. Agmo hoping for a shot, but not quite on target. Unfortunate as well, because that was quite a nice play. Taze is still on the ball. Akina doesn't go for the challenge. Interestingly, gives him a lot of space, but he doesn't have any boosts to really work with there. Looks like this game's going to go into overtime unless Hybrid can take it now, but there was no one there to receive the pass. He's over there trying to make a defensive play, but kind of nearly went against him, that one actually. Over back on the wall, can he do something with the ball? Unfortunately not. Sky High gets quite a nice little challenge, a bit of a bump there. But Taze Bubble with a perfect pass to JJ, absolutely perfect. There was no way they were missing that. Hybrid taking game one. Really with both perfect plays, perfect passes, quite good goals from Hybrid there. Just waiting on Taze Bubba to change his car. I mean, they've already come out on top of one game, so let's see if this car change helps them stay on top of the next. Alright, so ready for game two, with Hybrid taking the first and see who takes the second. And you know, I'm not convinced it is going to be Hybrid. I think if we just had a little bit more, maybe of a warm-up, or a warm-up against Hybrid, Iris would be doing a lot better. I think that this game is going to be a little bit different from the first two that we've seen. In my opinion, anyway. But Hybrid still are putting on the pressure. They really are quite aggressive. They're doing really well, actually. And I mean, I don't think I've actually seen JJ play before. Maybe I've missed it, I'm not sure, but he really is an insane player. And with Taze and Akmo, I mean, that's an incredibly difficult team to beat, an incredibly difficult team to face, a scary team. Because all of these guys are insane in their own right, and to add JJ into that mixture, I mean, it's frightening. But saying that, Iris are just as good. They are insane as well. They are, you know, they have some incredibly skilled players, incredibly high GCs. These are teams that I don't want to be playing, if I'm honest. And that was a very unlucky double tap attempt from JJ. Actually, it looked like he'd lined it up right. I thought that was in. Not quite. They're now kind of scrambling to get back, but it doesn't seem to matter that they're scrambling. They are getting straight into the aggression quite easily, actually. JJ hitting it far, but it does end up just being a pass, whether or not they can get that ball back. And they do actually. It goes straight to Akmo. JJ's in the air, trying to get it center. And really, it looks like Hybrid have been a bit sloppy on their defense so far. I say that just as JJ gets quite an easy shot in. Look at this again. Really, there was just no defense at all from Iris in that. They didn't really challenge it, and that's kind of what led to the goal in the end. If they challenged maybe a second earlier, I don't think that would have been going in. But Hybrid really are going to need to clean up their defense. It looked like maybe they made 1 or 2 mistakes that kind of just put them into a bit of a panic. But I say that, and they're doing quite fine at Taze Bobble. Look at that. What a crazy double tap from him. Every time I see a goal from these guys, I have to watch the replay again because I just can't kind of watch it quick enough to even work out what's going on. But I mean, that was a lovely play from those guys. I hope that means that they practice, to be honest, because it looks like they practice together. It looks like they play as a team. I know Taze Bobble and Akmo play quite regularly. I don't know whether or not they play too much with JJ, but you wouldn't know. You really wouldn't know. JJ running out of boost there, not much else he can do with it. Unix trying to take advantage of that just by popping it over their heads, but Akmo's there. He's prepared. JJ again in the air, scary when he's in the air, but they got it off the backboard quite easily. Akmo trying to read a little bit of a redirect, a little subtle touch, but it doesn't get anything, unfortunately. And again, JJ in the air, scary, but even worse, Taze Bobber in the air. Unfortunately, none of them get it in the end. And really, it comes down to the aggression, I think. I think Hybrid are playing a lot more aggressive, both in defense and in attack as well. Few plays really that Iris could have done better on if they just challenged a little bit earlier or just rushed it a little bit quicker. And I think really if they want to be coming out on top over the next few games, that's what they need to be doing really, is just throwing themselves into it a little bit more. Hybrid look more like they're having fun than playing a competitive game. But Unix gets this straight past Akmo. And unlucky really that there was no one there to get the pass, or that would have been quite an easy goal for Iris, which is exactly what they need. They need some kind of motivation really. Just something to spark them up a little bit. Give them that little bit just to continue with. But they're still trying. They definitely haven't given up. And there's no reason for them to give up. They still definitely have a chance in this game. All it takes really is for Hybrid just to make a few mistakes, unsettle themselves. And Iris could push those mistakes. They could really go aggressive and try and force some mistakes out of Hybrid here. But it's only if they change up their game style, and they need to. They need to at this point, with 50 seconds to go in the second game. Hybrid still looking like they're quite comfortable. They've definitely cleaned up some of their little defensive issues at the start of the game, which were minimal, which were really minimal. But the only thing I could really see wrong with the team. And without those mistakes, it's not going to be easy for Iris to come back, really. Don't think they're going to be coming back in this game, but you never know. Yeah, every single pass that Iris seem to be making out is just being cut straight off by Hybrid. I mean, even here, Taze Bubba with a really nice chance, but Unix is there. He's not going to let much get past him. Alright, so with Hybrid taking game 2, Iris really need to change up their game plan. And that was unlucky. That could have been a nice goal to end the game. They're not going to let it go down though. Alright, so with JJ potentially changing his car again. Maybe just trying to show off all of his presets, or hey, who knows. But he's left the game, so we'll wait for him to join back. I mean, that was a really interesting game, actually. Seeing Unix have 409 points over his teammates who had less. And you're looking at hybrids where you've got Taze Bubba and I would say and JJ, but it's actually the same person. But they're looking a little bit more averaging. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell without having JJ on the scoreboard at the same time. But definitely less of a remarkable difference from the 400 to the 80 from Iris at that point. As we go into our game 3, Hybrid could be taking this series. They could be sweeping. And I think it's going to be really down to mentality at this point. Whether or not Iris can really change things up and really keep their head in this game. They can take it. And Akina with the first goal of this game. It's great to see a goal from Iris actually in this game. I was really worried that this game 3 would end up just being quite a clean sweep from Hybrid. So it's nice to see them take the first goal. And that is going to give them exactly what they need. It's going to give them that little spark, that little bit of passion. And with a fantastic save as well there from Akina. So far, Akina definitely carrying the game for Iris. Which in a way is great, because the other two players are that good that, I don't know, it'll be easy for them. If they can keep it up, it'll be easy for them. Even though it's Hybrid, and we know Hybrid are absolutely insane. And unfortunate there from Akmo, but leaves the goal straight open from Taze Bubble. Akmo will be kicking himself there for not getting it in first time, but we'll just pretend that it was a pass. It was definitely meant to be a pass. Oh, look at that. And a perfect pass it was. But it does level the game out, and that's not, it's definitely not what Iris want. They wanted to keep that lead for as long as they could to keep up that encouragement, and it's unfortunate for them that Hybrid scored so quickly actually. Taze Bubba there trying to score the backwards goal, very unfortunate. It just seems that, in my opinion, Iris just seem way too far back. It seems to be they've got all of their players back. I mean, which is amazing because they're that good at defense, but I mean, look there, their players just weren't in the right positions really to save that. There wasn't really much that they could do. Sky High trying to go in with a squishy. I think he realized that him and maybe his teammates or all of his team potentially were out of place. But it left Hybrid with such an easy goal. And at this level of the game, they shouldn't be having easy goals. But I say that, Akina equalizes quite quickly. Sky High with the bump in the air, it looked like on Akmo. Nice play either way, a nice bit of vision there to open the goal up for his teammate. And the game level again, which is exactly what we want to see. We never want to see sweeps unless we're on that team, right? But Unix there might have an easy goal. Extremely unlucky there for that not to pass the line there. But they're putting the pressure on, and this is, well, like I was saying in the first couple of games, this seems to be what's made the difference, is that they are putting the pressure on. They are going in quite aggressively. They just need to make sure that they can, well, essentially sync up their defensive play style to match the speed that they're now trying to play at. And Hybrid are going to have to be thinking a bit differently as well to match this aggression, or to match it, or to counter it, whatever one they really please to do. Akina trying anything really just to get that ball centered, but unfortunately no teammates of theirs there to get a pass. So really, no matter what Akina would have done, it wouldn't have gone very far at all. JJ now trying to get the ball to Taze Bubba, and it does, but Taze Bubba just shoots it a little bit too high, unfortunately. And you know, I don't think I could tell if JJ is just outclassing a lot of his opponents, or if he's just warmed up from doing that or whatever he had before the game. But Iris taking another goal here. It's nice to see Unix on the goal scoreboard here as well. Could be interesting. If Iris takes this game, it will be a very interesting series. And I mean, that's what I'm hoping for. I don't want to see Hybrid sweep this. And I don't mean that in any form of bias. I think it would just be a less exciting series if it's just a clean sweep. So it's nice to see, well, I guess, a little bit of effort from Iris here. But they are definitely looking like a different team now. Akina there with a nice save as well. That definitely would have influenced the whole game really if they managed to get that goal in. And JJ now in the air. He's got the reset. He's got the boost. But a lovely save from Akina. Really read that perfectly because JJ placed it perfectly. Unfortunate for Unix to miss that as well. That would have really opened up the field for them for a bit of an attack play there. Akmo's up, hits it to the wall, straight to the other team. Tazewell were trying to get a little bit of a block in there. Really reliant on JJ to carry that that play when it got to him. Otherwise, it would have left their goal straight open. But JJ don't seem to let any balls past him. Akina are up as well. I think he tried to get that a little bit higher, a little bit over the team, but it didn't quite go in his favor. And you can see here really the level of skill that these guys have, because it is just straight one side to the other, and it's constantly in the air. If it's not in the air, it's like the underside of JJ's car. Oh, and a lovely save from Akina again to save JJ's flip reset there. Akina seems to really have taken this game. This looks like Akina's game. And I think if they... Well, unless Hybrid now score in the next 10 seconds, I think you can really put down a lot of this game to Akina there. And Stargazers actually winning the third game is exactly what we all wanted to see. No one wants to see a game go straight in a sweep and end early. So I think we were all quite happy about that one, unless you're a Hybrid fan, of course. Potential for a reverse sweep, you never know. They've definitely changed things up. They've definitely got their heads more in the game. JJ again leaving the lobby and returning. I mean, I don't really know who I want to win. I'm trying to think outside of the realms of my own team. Oh, there you go. JJ with quite an easily open goal there. He opens this game up very quickly. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure who I want to win. I'm definitely a Hybrid fan. If I could be a fan of a team whilst I have my own team. I mean, there's no rules on it, but I'm a fan of both of these teams. I'm a big fan of the Stargazers. I'm a big fan of Optical and Jade. They know that. They're good buddies of mine. Crimson, of course, also a good buddy of mine. So all of these teams, really, it's hard to have a bias on. I mean, this is probably the only time where I don't have a bias, because I love both teams. But I am... Well, I'm really enjoying watching JJ right now. I don't know about you guys, but his aerial plays are great, and it's really supplemented by Akmo and Taze's chemistry together. Like I said earlier, this team definitely, well, is scary, has a potential to go far, definitely has a potential to win. JJ there, incredible shot, absolutely incredible. Certainly something I don't see in lobbies at my skill, I'll tell you that. Look at that. Just slide it straight past the two Iris defenders as well. Perfect. And that was that. I mean, look at that. Look at the placement on that. Taze Bubba straight from kickoff. Akmo with a bit of a pass there. Taze Bubba read that absolutely perfect. There's no way Unix was about to get that in time. If he had placed it worse, I think they would have been able to save it. But I mean, that was great. That was great vision from them as well to see that play, to be able to take it. I think I'm really hoping for Sky High to come out, well, come out of his shell, I guess, a little bit. I think he could be a bit of a difference maker if he could just get a little bit more involved with the plays that matter. Not saying by any means that he's playing bad, I don't think that at all, but I think he needs to come out with his little bit of personality. Everyone's got a bit of personality when they play Rocket League. Everyone has their own little quirks. JJ evidently in the air. Akmo's great at passing. That's one thing I always think when I play with Akmo. He's got some great vision when he's playing with his teammates. I think everyone, like I said, everyone has their own little thing, and I think we just need players from Iris to come out with their little thing. And there you go, Unix. Unix is always one. He always seems to be scoring goals that matter. That's one thing I've definitely noticed about him when I've watched streams or I've streamed games that he's played in. I know that he's very, very good. I believe GC. I want to say he's GC. If he's not, then he's got to be at least C3. I know he's very close with Jade, and that's how I know a little bit about him. And unfortunately, really, that he didn't get to make that save, but the goal was essentially open for Taze Bubble. It's not really what you want to be seeing. I mean, you've just taken your game free. You've just stopped the sweep. And then Hybrid come in and start scoring 3 goals above you. Oh, Unix is SSL. But there you go. Very close to SSL, GC3. I mean, that's where I would have put him. But I'm not high enough level or rank enough to understand, I think, skill at that level. And really nice as well, Iris taking another goal here. And I mean, look, you can really tell the skills of these players because every single goal that isn't an open net is going in the top corners. They are really looking, you know, as soon as they get on the ball, they're looking where they want to shoot it, and they're looking for the most difficult places the keepers to be able to reach. And it's making it hard for both teams. The placement on these shots, it's definitely making it difficult. Sky High hoping to pinch it there, but it only really goes mid. Straight to Unix though. Unfortunate that you didn't get the goal in. That definitely would have changed the pace of the game. Because really, well, we're halfway through the game now and they've got to be scoring 2 at least. I'm not sure really if Hybrid are going to try and just, well, whether or not they're trying to just maintain their pace and keep their lead, or if they're going to go for more goals. But honestly, with a team like that, I think they're just going to keep going and going and going. All they need to do now really is just keep their cool, and they've won the game. I mean, the series, in fact, they will win. Yeah, Unix there. Nice shot. Nice control. Wasn't going to let that go over or anything. And it was unfortunate. It comes from an Akmo miss. Akmo will be kicking himself. I don't think they necessarily need to worry. If they can keep their cool, like I said, they've got this series in hand. Unless Iris switch something up. You know, I think they've got this. I do. Oh, look at that from JE. Absolutely crazy. You know, anyone that knows me knows that I have not scored a double tap really in about a year. And I mean, JJ might as well have scored 10 this series, honestly. The control he's got, he's not missing. If that backboard's open and he's in the air, he's either flip resetting it in or he's double tapping it in. It's really reliant on Iris keeping control of their backboard, keeping control of their defense as a whole. They still have time. They do still have time. 1 minute 30 seconds to go. That's a lot of time in Rocket League. Akina there trying just to slot it in, but really it needed power rather than placement, if anything, with both defenders in net. Unix there with a flick, goes off the backboard. Akina might get it in, unfortunate. Sky High, again, unfortunate to miss the ball there. JJ, I mean, look at that. There's no way like he managed to get that touch of the ball and still have control over the ball. It looked like he had no boost to actually follow it up in the end. I would have been excited to see actually what he would have done if he had full boost. And I mean, could you imagine playing this series with unlimited boost? That would be insane. The freestyles coming out of these guys. And it really does look like Hybrid are going to be taking this game. And it's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate. Because Iris haven't played bad at all. No player has played bad in this series at all. It looks like they've just been outmatched this time. But do you know what? If it was a best of 7, not convinced Hybrid would have taken it so easily. But I say that, Iris taking another goal. Still got 15 seconds. All they need is one just to level them off and take it into overtime. Unix really going to be hoping to control that and get it upfield as quick as he can. Doesn't look like it's going their way though, unless someone could get on the end of that ball, but looks like a difficult one. Akina's got it though. Went for the Doomsday, looked like, didn't quite get it. Taze Bubba, he's just going to try and hit that out. He's going to make it easy for his team and get it down. Yeah, as the ball hits the floor. Hybrid have taken the series 3-1. That's really, really unfortunate for Iris there, because like I said, they really didn't play bad at all. They really didn't play bad at all. Hybrid played like they do. Hybrid played like Hybrid. That's the thing, right? Hybrid play. We all know what Hybrid plays like. They play fantastic. They play absolutely fantastic. And you know, I'm quite surprised because I really did think this would be a bit of a closer matchup. But you know what? I'm excited about it. I'm excited. I'm glad that Hybrid took it because they did play well. Akmu played fantastic. Taze played fantastic. JJ played fantastic. All of them worked together, well, like a unit, right? And I think you can really see Taze and Akmu's chemistry come out in that. It was lovely to see. Lovely to see as well is, like I said, we don't tend to actually see it because we don't tend to get people streaming the games that aren't Akmu and aren't Taze. So apologies, obviously, for the fact that some of my streamers look a bit messed up and that we didn't have as great of a caster as Taze on. I'm definitely not quite as good as Taze. Props to him for that. But it was a great game regardless. Really happy to see Hybrid take a win. Not like they don't do it pretty much every game they play. But it's great to see. Great game. So much skill from the players. Really, really happy to see that come out in this stream. But thank you guys for that one. I'm not going to be doing any interviews, I'm afraid, because, well, quite frankly, it's nearly 2 AM and I'm tired. But thank you all for being here. Hopefully next game, potentially my game. We've got Easy versus Hawaiian Punch tomorrow. Hopefully streamed. If it's not streamed, it's going to be a good game regardless, so look out for the results on it. And with that, good luck to everyone with their games next week, because I think most of them have already been played. Correct me if I'm wrong.